Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen someone literally wearing their success on their forehead? Lil Uzi Vert isn't just a rapper, they're a walking billboard for the absurdity of modern stardom. That $24 million diamond they slapped on their head isn't just bling, it's a statement. But here's the twist. After dropping a career-defining album in 2020, Uzi's last few years have felt like watching a once-in-a-generation talent slowly lose their spark. And honestly, it's been a bit of a train wreck to watch. Pink Tape, Eternal Atake 2. Those projects didn't just underwhelm, they felt like a man trying to recite Shakespeare while his voice cracks from exhaustion. But then, Maverick, Almost Forever, dropped. And suddenly the world was like, wait, who's this guy again? Let's unpack this. For years, Uzi was the blueprint for rage rap evolution, think 6-minute bangers, trap pyrotechnics, and a voice that could make a room explode. But when the world shut down in 2020, so did Uzi's creative engine. The Pink Tape era felt like a desperate attempt to check boxes. I need a feature with Nicki Minaj, I need a System of a Down cover, I need to keep my label happy. It wasn't art, it was a contractual obligation masquerading as music. And let's be real, when your album includes a big-time Rush collab, you're not just making a statement. You're asking the universe to explain itself. But then came Maverick. This EP isn't just a return to form, it's a full-blown reckoning. The first track, Maverick Intro, hits like a bullet through a wall. That synth and snare stack. It's not just production, it's a reminder that Uzi's best work doesn't need to be forced. The beatmakers here, like Zigo and Zrazy, aren't just filling space, they're resurrecting the magic that made Uzi a legend. And honestly, it's wild to see how much of this sounds like their 2015 to 2016 era, but without the cringe. This isn't a throwback, it's a reclamation. What really fascinates me is how Uzi balances nostalgia with self-awareness. On Yoko, they reference their current partner while nodding to the past, like, I hope JT don't think she Yoko, and then immediately dismiss the thought with a joke about someone dressing like a hobo. It's not just a track, it's a conversation with their audience. They're not hiding their growth, but they're also not pretending the past was perfect. And that's rare. Most artists either cling to their old sound or try too hard to reinvent themselves. Uzi. They're doing both at once and it works. But here's the bigger question, why did it take 6 years for Uzi to get back to this place? The music industry is built on cycles and sometimes, those cycles are more about labels and contracts than art. When you're under a deal, you're not just making music, you're selling a brand. And if that brand starts to fade, the pressure to keep up can be suffocating. Uzi's journey from Love is Rage to Pink Tape is a masterclass in how creative freedom can be strangled by expectation. But now, they've broken free. And the result? A project that feels less like a comeback and more like a long overdue reminder that Uzi Vert is still the little machine gun they named themselves after. So what does this mean for the future? Well, if Maverick is any indication, Uzi's not just back, they're hungry. And in an industry where trends come and go, that's the most dangerous thing an artist can be. Because when you're hungry, you don't just make music. You make statements. And right now, Uzi's statement is clear, the past isn't dead. It's just waiting for someone to give it a new beat.